Richard Highfield is an expert in tax simplification. He's now joined us at the Australian School of Business, but of course previously worked at the ATO and has also worked closely with the OECD and IMF. So Richard, why have you come along here to the ATAX conference? What have you been saying?
Well, first of all, I'm a regular attendee at these conferences, and this year in particular with the theme around risky tax is a risky business, that parallels closely a lot of work I've been doing at the OECD around compliance risk management and improving taxpayer compliance. And I'm presenting a paper on an aspect of the personal tax system in Australia. I perceive that there are some systemic weaknesses in relation to the inadequate use of third-party information, legislated and used effectively, and I'm hoping to put forward some ideas to promote further interest in that topic.
So would you like to see more third-party information used or used in a better way?
No, absolutely. I'd like to see more. Compared with some of Australia's international counterparts, we don't make the same use of legislated third-party reporting regimes, particularly in the business sector. And from the data and the analysis that I've done, there's a fair proportion of personal income of Australian citizens that is not subject to third-party reporting, and I regard that as a weakness in the design and one that I think should be rectified. My paper does acknowledge that the Australian government last year made an announcement to this effect regarding the building and construction industry, and that measure will come on stream this year, which is a positive measure, but there's a lot more that can be done.
So which bits of data aren't actually being collected? Because after all, if you go along to any tax office now, or even use the pre-filling service on the e-tax system, then virtually all of your bank details instantaneously go in there, and you can see pretty much what money you've had coming in and going out.
That's correct. All right. Pre-filling is a very successful initiative, but it relates primarily only to employment income and to income from investments. It specifically excludes income from rents, income from business activities, in large part income from capital gains. So these are areas that I believe could be plugged over a period of time with legislated regimes for third-party reporting.
But is that actually going to bring in more revenue than it will cost to administer?
The revenue potential needs to be assessed, and that needs to be subject to a detailed study, but based on indications of non-compliance both here and overseas, the revenue potential, I believe, is significant. And equally, compliance costs can be reduced if this information can be used to pre-fill returns. So I think there are benefits both of a revenue and a cost nature that could be acquired with focus in this area.
So Richard, what are other countries doing in this area?
Other governments are fairly active in this space. The United States in particular is a very keen proponent of legislated third-party reporting. It's announced or introduced some new initiatives this year, one involving the use of debit and credit cards as they reflect the income of merchants who offer services and goods. And there are other countries such as Ireland, Canada, and some of the European countries that have legislated regimes that could be mirrored here in Australia.
But that sounds like a huge amount of work that would have to go into generating the necessary IT infrastructure. So you have to process every credit card statement to work out the tax liability.
No. In relation to debit and credit cards, it would work on the basis that financial intermediaries would report in aggregate the income they are paying to merchants in respect of sales through debit and credit cards. So it's an aggregated system of reporting. And as I said, it's already coming together now in one of our larger member countries. So I see no reason why that sort of approach could not be adopted here.
Does seem a logical solution. Richard Highfield, it's been great talking to you.
Thank you.